Because I actually interviewed a guy that you know, KP, aka Keith Presley,
yes,
aka the Black Scarface in Chicago,
right?
Who was one of the big kingpins in Chicago during his heyday and had to do a lot of prison time over that shit. A lot.
And me and
these
him
stories do not. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, me and him go way back, and my respect in the street is so low key. It comes up every now and this, but it's just a great feeling that before he did your show, he reached out to me about you. That's the respect that everybody gives me. And he said, TK, what's up with this Vlad dude? Is he a good dude? And I said, yo, Vlad, one of the most solid brothers in the game. I said, people can say whatever they say around the world, but it's because they influenced by somebody else. Because again, people listen to reply, they don't listen to comprehend. And I said, I'm vouching for that young man. I said, I fuck with Vlad to the end. And he said, cool, that's all you got to tell me, TK. And boom, the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, when I asked him what his craziest drug deal story was, he said this one time in Pennsylvania, he was meeting a guy to do like $1 million deal.
Right.
It was like, what is that? Like 50 kilos, something like that. Mm-hmm. Right. And so he was in the hood waiting to meet up with this dude. He said this guy pulled up in a Mercedes 560 on AMG rims, tinted windows, all the gold grill, comes out, all Versace head to toe. And he's looking at this going like, we're all going to prison. Yep. We're all going to jail right now.
I mean, it'll never be another situation to top that one, man. This man rolls up to me to buy 50 keys of cocaine with $1 million cash and a 600 Benz with rims on it. I couldn't believe it. I mean,
did it say drug dealer on the license plate also? Or
I think he had a flash a cape on too that say look what I do. For real, man. So anyway, the deal went through. It was incredible. I couldn't believe it. He paid for the drugs. He put the 50 keys in his trunk and he drove off into the sunset.
Right. This was in the hood where you guys are doing the deal.
This was in the hood. It was unbelievable. He made it. He a good guy. Man, kudos to you, my man. You're a good guy. Much respect.
Man.
When you talk about not everyone's really made to be a criminal and how people approach this shit, like they really out here stunting doing drug deals, like being a big target to the police like that. And it really does happen like that.
And some people do get away, but like you said, I don't know what it is about the mindset of man that he has to show off to the world. Like, I really don't get it. Like, what do you have to prove to somebody you don't know, right? Someone you don't know. You doing all these things to impress who? And you only get that if you got a good OG in your life. You only get that with maturity. You only get that through mistakes. And what you realize is nobody really gives a fuck. And nobody gives a fuck. So my thing, I got a t-shirt on, nice pair of jeans. Some people buy a lot of jewelry. Some people buy cars. My underwear game got to be on point. I would spend a lot of money on underwear and socks and cologne because I like to feel a certain way. I spend money on facials and haircuts and taking care of my body, right? That's what's important. So I tell people, and we said this years ago, F.Y.I, fly, first, F.L.Y, first love yourself. You got to love yourself.
I'm going to put everyone on some game. I haven't talked about this before, but this is going to be a little interesting thing. I'm going to see how this actually plays out. The one thing I learned when I came back from my trip in Paris, I stayed at one of the hotels we stayed at. It's called La Reserve.
Yes,
La Reserve. Right. It's basically it's a mansion that was like Napoleon's brother-in-law's mansion that was converted into like this really cool boutique hotel, and they had these toilets there called the Toto Neorest. I went and purchased one of these for my home as soon as I got home.
Okay.
This is a life-transforming purchase right here.
Okay.
People spend money on jewelry, on clothes, on cars.
Yes.
Here's something that will change your life. This is a toilet. It's the only toilet I've ever encountered where you could go and have a bowel movement without ever washing your hands afterwards.
Yes.
You walk up to the toilet opens up for you. You sit down, the seat is heated.
Oh, man.
It starts to already flush and clean itself out as you're basically doing your thing.
Right.
Right? After you're done, instead of using toilet paper, it sprays you up in there and gets everything much cleaner than toilet paper will ever do without any residue.
Isn't that something?
And then you press another button. It's got a remote, right? You press another button and a dryer will come and dry your whole area that the water has now created. You get up, you put on your pants, the toilet seat closes, and you walk away and go eat a sandwich. You never have to wash your hands because you didn't touch anything.
Wow. That's my next thing.
Yeah, it cost about $5,000, about $5,500 plus the installation. A Toto Neorest 7000, I believe.
Text it to me. Text it to me.
I'm going to text it to you.
I got three bathrooms. I'm gonna get them.
There you go. Just start with one. Let me tell you, you never want to go to the bathroom anywhere else.
Wow.
That's what you spend your money on.
Exactly.
Fuck those Versace shirts.
Yep.
And that custom jewelry that ain't worth shit after you buy it.
Thank you.
Yo, I'm talking about this right here will change your life. And it costs less than some of the shit you already own.
Thank you, sir. And like I said, as I've gotten older and people are like, TK, what's the thing you like to do the most? And I'm gonna share two things in my life that people will find like, he bullshitting. I like to go in my backyard with my leaf blower, with my robe on and slippers and blow the leaves. Like, it's a fucking amazing feeling. And it's nice and cold outside. I can see the mountain. Listen to me, priceless. And I have a beautiful home. But you know what's the most important fucking thing in my house? The key holder in the garage. You know how when you come in, you put your keys up on the wall because you know where your keys are? Listen to me. I swear on everything I love. That was so powerful to me when I put that on the wall. And I have a beautiful home, but it was something about the key holder that meant everything to me. And these are things that, as you get older in life, to the world who is listening, I want you to understand it's how well you live, but material things don't mean anything. If you could pay your cable, your house is clean, you got peace of mind, you can do the leaf blower, you can sweep, you know, it's like the grandfather sitting on the steps when the kids get in the car and he got his hands like this, watching his grandchildren. He got his hand on his waist with his arms back like that, watching the grandkids. That's a grandparent who is truly at peace with his life. And this is, when we do these shows, this is the impact that we have on so many men, Vlad. Like I said, I'm out there and they tell me, if it was another way around, I would share with you. We are really changing lives to these young men and women out there. And I love that.
Well, I mean, speaking of all that, one of the questions we got actually from someone named Trayvon Provost, he's a member, on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
He actually asked, what's your workout routine? How do you stay in the shape that you're in your 60s?
Now, here's what's so funny. I've been working out my whole life, but I have to do anywhere between 20 to 30 miles a week, and that's walking. But every morning, between 2 to 5 a.m., I'm doing 100 jumping jacks, 100 calf raises, 300 sit-ups, 120 push-ups. This is every day. No matter if I'm tired, no matter if I'm sick. I do this every day. And it's just consistency. And I don't have a special diet, but I do do all my eating before 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then everything from there is watermelon, pineapples, a lot of water, and towards the evening, I have my candles lit, I smoke a little cigar, and I think about the things I've accomplished for the day. So I keep my life very simple, very minimal. Since I'm a one-man team, I have to book a lot of airline tickets, a lot of hotels. It could be overwhelming sometimes because sometimes I'll forget to book a flight. And that's how come I don't mind anybody seeing me on Spirit Airlines, right? Some people will pay $700-800 because they won't fly Spirit because they think Spirit has a bad rep. But I'm here to tell people about Spirit. One time I forgot to book a flight and I saw on my email, oh shit, I booked a flight on Spirit that was $11. And I said, I will rock with Sprint forever. Now, Frontier is a different story. Now, Frontier will charge you $17, but they're going to get $450 before you get on that plane. Frontier they gonna get $450 out of you before you sit down, that plane take off. You know, you're gonna have to pay for this, you're gonna have to pay for that. If you got an extra bag, you pay for that bag. Even if you want to breathe on the plane, they charge you for breathing on that. And they have a cop at the gate. Now, out of all airlines, Delta don't have it, United doesn't have it, but if you go to Spirit and Frontier, it's a cop at every gate that they're at. Is a whole ball game there. But I'll get on the plane with it. I don't care.
Yeah, man. When I look at Spirit Airlines, it's how you look at Red Bull. How they say Red Bull gives you wings, Spirit. You gonna end up with Spirit flying on that motherfucker.
Yeah. And you know,
I don't know if it's gonna make it.
They have this thing called the big seat on Spirit.
Okay.
So even though you're not sitting in regular coach, they first big seat, believe it or not, is like being in first class. And I'm here to tell everybody, once that thing is up in the sky and you close your eyes, you feel like you're on United.